birds provides are essential to human welfare, from pollination and pest control to cleanup and seed dispersal. To increase awareness of the birds around us, the Houston Audubon coordinated the Bird of Houston contest, where Houstonians voted on their favorite bird. Out of 60 species that were nominated, Houstonians selected the yellow-crowned night heron, a bird found in Houston year-round, with higher numbers present from March to October. On September 24, 2019, the yellow-crowned night heron will be designated as the official bird of Houston and will serve as a symbol that will help to connect our residents to their avian neighbors. The City of Houston commends the Houston Audubon, now in its 50th year, for leading this effort to select the yellow-crowned night heron as the official bird, while raising awareness to the hundreds of bird species that reside in and migrate through the city each year. Therefore, I, Sylvester Turner, Mayor of the City of Houston, hereby proclaim September 24, 2019 as Bird of Houston Day in Houston, Texas. Congratulations to you. And let me present to you Helen Drummond, representing the Houston Audubon Society.
Thank you, Mayor Turner. Before I start, I would like to invite a few others up. Anna, Zanera, and some members from our Youth and Professional Advisory Committee are with us. And they spearheaded this whole effort. It's really amazing the work they did. Well, on behalf of Houston Audubon, our board of directors, and the thousands of members and volunteers that we work with every day, I'd like to thank you, Mayor Turner, and all of you council members for recognizing the importance of birds to our quality of life, to our economy, and to our environment. We're really, really excited that we held the contest this year, our 50th anniversary. That really made it a special occasion for us, and we're excited about that. And I also want to say, Mayor Turner, we look forward to seeing you all out there at one of our events or activities during Bird Week this week. We have all kind of bird walks for our citizens. We're excited about the level of engagement that we experienced through this contest. And our citizens are much more aware of the importance of birds, and we're grateful for that. So thank you very much.
Thank you. We have several council members who would like to address you. Council Member Cisneros.
Congratulations on your 50th anniversary here in Houston. I know this organization is much older than that, though. You know, with our Audubon artists and the art and birds. I hope you can talk a little bit about that too. Before we go back to that, I did want to say that I was one of the people who nominated the yellow-crested night heron, and my family supported it too. So. And for me, the reason I wanted that bird is that it is such a fascinating and unique bird, and it's so large, and that we have them nesting in our trees here in the city. I've never seen one before I came to Houston, and that's the bird I associate. I know the Atwater prairie chicken was running a close race at the end, but I've never seen one of those. And we have these other ones in my neighborhood, so I'm glad. I'm really happy to hear that that's the bird that won. But could you talk more about the connection between birds and art?
Absolutely. I mean, birds have inspired poets, artists for hundreds of years. And so John James Audubon, who founded National Audubon, he started really just kind of sketching out technically birds to identify their feathers and identify them. And over time, his artwork became more and more popular, and people began to buy it. And, I mean, they have different levels of his artwork that you can purchase. Some that people have had and handed down for a very long time. And so now we've actually I'm trying to recall, what rendition was that of the artwork that we had? Was it the Amsterdam edition of some of his artwork? We had an auction about 6 months ago, and we had it online. People had a wonderful time just bidding and looking through all the different sketches and paintings that were done by him. It was another engaging opportunity to get people engaged who love art. And you're absolutely right, art and birds are definitely connected.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Vice Mayor Pro Tem Davis.
Thank you, Mayor Pro Tem. You've got to help me. So why didn't we name the black heron, or do we have a black heron here in Houston?
You may see see it, but the yellow-crowned night heron is the one that we have that breeds here that you see most of the time. So,
Okay, so that's the one I see, so I live off the bayou,
right,
and in my backyard, the lot, I see the color,
yeah.
and is that the one I see?
It's the yellow-crowned night heron that you're seeing.
And what
And they do breed in some of the trees in your backyard, so
Okay.
you might see several of them in your backyard. But you're right, they hang out along the bayous, they eat crawfish and they eat things out of the bayou. And that's why it's an exciting thing, because it's a bird people can connect to that they might see every day. And that was part of the engaging piece of this, is we wanted, we were hoping a bird would be identified, would be nominated, and then voted on, that people could see every day. For example, my daughter, she loves coming to work with me during the summer when she can, she volunteers. But she birds on her way to school. So like, we're going along the bayou and she'll see birds and she spots them, and it's amazing the effect it has on the mind. Her attention to detail is increased because she's engaged in that. So birds, I mean, they serve many purposes in addition to inspiring us. And, I get bird watchers who come and spend a lot of money and help our economy. They're really great to engage you, to release stress when you're bird watching or when you're educating kids. Our education department came to her school to do a program when she was 5 years old in kindergarten. I was amazed at how much they were focused on everything she said because she had a bird in her hand.
Right.
And they were so intrigued by that. So
Did we have any votes for the common grackle?
it was nominated, absolutely.
You see the common grackle more than you do I'm just saying.
You're absolutely right, we did. And sometimes see that bird as a nuisance sometimes on our cars in the parking lot. And it really creates an opportunity to do a little bit of education about how important birds are. But we did get votes for that. The yellow-crowned night heron and the water prairie chicken.
And the last one, did we get any for a pigeon? Because, I love pigeons. Pigeons are very pretty. Variations of colors, some.
We have 400 species of birds that have been seen throughout this region.
Okay.
That migrate, so, yeah. I could go on and on. You want
Okay.
Councilmember Robinson?
Thank you, Mayor Pro Tem. I'm so glad you all are here, and congratulations on the anniversary. I know, to offset some of the exciting things about birds that we've been saying, there are some stark and startling facts that are emerging about bird populations globally that are probably worth mentioning now. I don't know if you have any of those statistics you'd like to, not to throw a damper on this, but your cause is just and righteous.
You're absolutely right. We want to be excited about it, but we also want to raise attention to the declines and why we're having those declines as a result of habitat loss, bird collision, pesticides, and things like that. The specific statistic, I believe, do you have to give us?
I'll just give it. My name is Anna Valerie. I'm a conservation specialist with Houston Audubon. There was an article that was released last week that was done by the Smithsonian and a few of our other partners. And it found that over the past 50 years, 30% of birds have disappeared. Some species have actually increased in population, but across the board, across all species, there's been a 30% decline.
Some of the notable increases, the great blue heron and a couple of other important species.
Yeah, and a lot of our urban birds, so the raptors, so Cooper's hawks are doing really well. Bald eagle's doing well. A lot of the waterfowl are doing well thanks to conservation efforts from groups like Ducks Unlimited and everything. But the decline has been attributed to habitat loss. It's been attributed to cats being outdoors. It's been attributed to pesticide use. So being aware at home and taking these steps to limit threats to birds in your own backyard is really important.
Well, it's a great initiative for all of us to get behind. I thank you all again. I know Mayor Turner's birthday is this weekend, and my daughter's birthday is as well. And yes, I'm thinking about her. I know our last trip together was to Anahuac, the wildlife refuge on the other side of the bay, and that is just such a beautiful, beautiful place. I encourage all Houstonians to find their way over there. But thanks again.
Well, Councilmember Robinson, I invite you to High Island, which we have sanctuaries.
Oh, yeah. The facility there is great.
Yeah, we'll be happy to take you on a tour.
Councilmember Kubash?
Thank you. Now, this is the yellow-crowned night heron.
Yes.
So, I'm assuming they eat crayfish, bugs, fish. So my wife won't be having those at the bird feeder.
Okay.
Now, and I
You might see one in your backyard, actually. They breed in the trees in the backyard sometimes, so it's possible.
Thank you very much for coming.
Thank you. Thank you very much for all you do. We appreciate it.
Thank you.
Turn right around and launch our come on both sides.
The final presentation will be presented by Mayor Turner to the Mayor's Hispanic Heritage Award, Youth and Community Activists.
And the first one today is going to be going to Irma Torres. Irma. And this is to the Youth Activist Award. And Irma Torres is the recipient of the 2019 Mayor's Hispanic Heritage Youth Activist Award. She has dedicated her time to cultivating young leaders through her personal, professional, and academic experiences. A Houston native, Irma Torres is a senior attending DeBakey High School for Health Professions. The summer before starting high school, she volunteered over 100 hours to the Children's Museum of Houston. She returned for the summer 2017 Discovery Squad program, where she was awarded the President's Volunteer Service Award Gold status. As part of the Houston Police Department's Youth Police Advisory Council, Irma Torres was selected to be a minor decoy twice for the Signal Survey, which allows minors to work undercover with law enforcement to prevent illegal tobacco sales. On YPAC field trips, she advocated for House Bill 121 at the Texas Capitol, learned about ranch life at Carney Creek Ranch, volunteered at a fall festival, packed backpacks for back-to-school drives, and staffed information booths for tobacco-free living. As a Say What Team Ambassador, Irma Torres staffed 2 regional action summits, hosted 4 events for her school and community, and conducted 6 conference presentations. Her other Youth Leadership Council roles include the DEA Teen Academy and the FBI Teen Academy. She became certified for the Community Emergency Response Team and was employed at the Houston Police Department in Public Affairs. You got me tired, didn't you? She also volunteered at the Texas Medical Center Memorial Hermann and currently volunteers at the University of Houston Research Institute and the Treating Obesity in Underserved Community Houston program. The City of Houston salutes and commends Irma Torres for her outstanding efforts as a community youth leader and volunteer in the Hispanic community, and wishes her continued success in all of her future endeavors. So therefore I, Sylvester Turner, Mayor, City of Houston, hereby proudly honor Irma Torres with the Mayor's Hispanic Heritage Youth Activist Community Award for the City of Houston, and proclaim September 24, 2019 as Irma Torres Day in Houston, Texas. Congratulations.
Thank you, Mayor Sylvester Turner and the council and the Mayor's Heritage Council. And if you don't mind, I'd like to invite my family up here.
Yes, absolutely.
So if y'all can please come up here.
What do you have with you? Tell us who they are. Excuse me, Mrs. Rose. Grandma.
Do you want to introduce your family members?
So right now I have here my grandma, my grandpa, and my uncles and aunts, and then my 2 brothers, Jose and Joel. So And also, I would like to invite my school assistant principal, Mr. Saldivar, who's also here from DeBakey High School. Right there. I'd like to thank my family for always being for me there, and for encouraging me to stand up and speak out and be a leader for my brothers and my cousins who aren't able to be here. And thank you, Mr. Turner, for allowing me this opportunity for this award. Thank you.
Thank you. Can I just ask you a question? Oh, no, go ahead. Did you say you're a senior
Yes.
in high school?
Yes.
And where do you plan to go to university, and what do you plan to study?
I'm not sure what college I'm going to yet, but I hope to go to either A&M or UT Austin to study engineering, and if it's A&M, specifically biomedical engineering.
Okay. Did somebody want to say something?
Yeah.
Go ahead.
My name is Victoria Lara. I am her aunt. This young lady actually grew up, and time just goes by really fast. But I wanted to congratulate her because she's fully coming out as a leader in our community, as someone that we can trust our future with. But one of the things that she did on her own was specifically focus on the Say What program, which is a tobacco cessation program. So she travels across the state promoting this and preventing teens from vaping, which is a big issue in our community right now. And so it's something that she did on her own, and I'm very proud of her for that. I also want to thank our mayor, because through his Hire Houston Youth initiative, she was able to get her first job with the police department. So he's giving our youth an opportunity to succeed by giving them the first jobs. And I wanted to thank you, Mayor, because she was able to take advantage of that opportunity. And I know that other teens in our community are also able to take advantage of that. And that's something that we should all look forward to supporting and continuing in the years to come. I also want to thank Chief Art Acevedo, because he has continually support the teens through the Youth Advisory Council, and it's the program that she's a part of, where she was able to find the resources to be the YPAC and the Say What ambassador. And so through these programs that Chief Art Acevedo has created, we have an opportunity to also create relationships in our community, which is another thing that's very important for our teens. We need to continue building the trust with policing with the youth, which she was able to take advantage of. And lastly, I want to acknowledge my parents here, who are immigrants of Mexico, and they brought us here to be able to contribute to this country. And Irma is a living testament to what Latinos are doing in the community day in and day out by contributing and being an asset. And so I want to thank the mayor again, my parents, and the Mayor's Hispanic Advisory Board for taking in the nomination.
Thank you. Councilmember Christie.
Irma, I'm going to just declare you a future leader of this city because of what you're doing now. Many students come through here, very few of them give up on giving. You're going to continue to give in the future. You're hanging out with good people like Lenora and Roland Garcia. Those are our leaders, to where you're going to learn from that. By interning at the police department, you interned at probably the best police department in this country. So you learned a lot there. Keep on giving. And DeBakey High School assistant principal, y'all, on the State Board of Education, we would see your test scores, and DeBakey in the high school performing arts had the highest grade. So you're lucky to be there too. So congratulations.
Thank you.
Thank you, Councilmember Cisneros.
Here, congratulations. It is really exciting to meet you. And you have such an impressive family. When Victoria stood up and that she's your aunt, I've been so impressed with her and her story that it makes me want to know about every one of you. And I see these are younger brothers too. So I hope that if you're not old enough yet, that you'll take advantage of the mayor's summer youth program, because it is just so wonderful for young people have opportunities like you did. And I see you weren't in there just checking boxes. You were accepting some very serious responsibility. You became an undercover agent. They had a lot of trust and faith in you. So thank you for that. I mean, you are already a leader. I see you're not just showing up and volunteering and things. You were creating and you were leading. And so just keep it up. We need you. Thank you.
Thank you, Councilmember. Councilmember Kubash.
Thank you, Irma, for taking the charge on vaping and tobacco use. You know, I was raised by a very strict mom, and when you come home from a date, mom always hugged you. You know what she was doing? She was smelling you. Then she'd start asking you questions. And if you got too far along there, she'd grab my hands and she'd smell my fingers. Then she'd really start asking questions. You know, I never thought about washing my hands before I went home. But you know, I've got 19 grandkids, and one day there was a bunch of them at my house, and I said, hey, where? And I called out one of their names. I won't say the name on TV, but they said, well, he don't want to come in. I said, why? I said, so I went out there to find him. I know why he didn't want to come in, because when I hugged him, I could smell tobacco. And let me tell you, it's a killer. It's killed so many people. Now, you're out front on this vaping, and look at what has happened. Look at this. So I want to champion for it. I really want to stand up and clap for you, because I keep sending the message out. And don't let yourself be discouraged. God bless you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Councilmember. Councilmember Boykins.
Okay, Ms. Torres, congratulations. Now, which high school you at?
DeBakey High School.
DeBakey, okay, yeah. Well, congratulations to you. It's a great school.
Yeah.
When you start thinking about where you want to go to college?
Yes, so I mostly find
Texas Southern University, thank you. That's a great school. You're going to do extremely well at Texas Southern. I promise you we'll get the mayor to write you a full scholarship. You got to play it. I'm just having fun with you. Lenore, Roland, and Victoria, thank you all, and all of you guys for your support. Ma'am, this is where it all starts. You give it back to the community. I just want you to know that. We're watching. You have some champions behind you. But it's all about you and what you do, that your little brothers and sisters are watching and are following your footsteps. So keep it up, and God bless you, and keep doing your good deed for the community, okay, in our city. Thank you.
Thank you, Thank you, Councilmember. Thank you very much. And as you stand there, look behind you, because the people behind you will always be there. They will always have your back. The young leadership and the more mature leadership, they'll always be there for you. Thank you. You're the future.
Thank you.
On this side. Hispanic Heritage Community Activist Award, and this is going to go to Michelle Farrell. Michelle Farrell is the recipient of the 2019 Mayor's Hispanic Heritage Community Activist Award. She is a tireless advocate for introducing other young women to technology as well as promoting women's health, political engagement, and representation in leadership roles. Michelle Farrell, a third-generation Houstonian, raised in the communities of East End and Garden Villa, attended the historic Incarnate Word Academy and Santa Center College before earning a bachelor's in toy design from the Fashion Institute of Technology. Using her expertise as a consultant in the field of technology, she founded MISO 411 UX UI Design Consultancy. As an entrepreneur, she aims to create diverse and inclusive experiences and inspire school-age girls and young women to learn careers in the technology field. Michelle Farrell has volunteered as a consultant with startup nonprofits and collaborated with community organizations and schools to assist with technology design, such as the valuable input she provided for the STEM summer camps at Houston Community College. She is a community leader for Houston, AnitaBe.org, and community outreach organizer for Code Park Houston, a nonprofit organization that empowers underserved students with creative coding experiences. Michelle Farrell is passionate about women's health, and she is a strong advocate for women who need clinic access and low-cost medical services. She offered dynamic support to the formation of Mystery of Flux, a women's health group, and her volunteer work helped bolster their standing within the field of women's reproductive health. She is also a passionate advocate for political engagement and has volunteered on several election campaigns and voter registration drives in the Southeast side of the greater Houston area. The City of Houston commends Michelle Farrell for her tireless and selfless dedication as a community activist and extends best wishes for continued success in all her future endeavors. Therefore, I, Sylvester Turner, Mayor of the City of Houston, hereby proudly honor Michelle Farrell with the Mayor's Hispanic Heritage Community Activist Award from the City of Houston and proclaim September 24, 2019 as Michelle Farrell Day in Houston, Texas. Congratulations.
I prefer being behind the scenes. I just would firstly like to really thank my family. My parents are here and my father is also here. I appreciate everyone taking the time. If any, huh? Can they come up? And then I also probably, my volunteerism probably started when I was 10 with my Thea Lenora. So I'm sure I'm very familiar with handing out flyers and knocking on doors and marching in parades. But it wasn't until I moved to New York City in the DC area, and I was there for about 6 years and came back to Houston in around late 2014, 2015 time period. And I saw that our community really needed a lot of help, where in New York City and in DC there was a lot of coalitions that had been built up by communities of color, and they have a lot higher leadership roles. And so I just kind of took that knowledge and brought it here, and I'm trying to proliferate that now. I thank Code Park Houston for reaching out to me. They really needed somebody who was from the communities that they were trying to reach and advise them on how to approach these children and the troubles that they are dealing with. I had spent a stint at AHISD in the early education sector, and that really opened my eyes up to how kids are. I myself did not go to public school, so there was a bit of a disconnect that I was tapping into. But I thank you, everybody.
Thank you. Well, 1 second. Councilmember Cisneros, did you go ahead?
I am so proud of you, and I'm so happy that this is Michelle Farrell Day. Can we check? To still be such a young person yourself and to already be such a strong role model for others. You know, your advocacy for women, for girls, you know, for children of color who really, really need an extra hand, you know, because there's so many obstacles, so many barriers to their success. And you are right on the cutting edge right here with all the technology that you are bringing to these communities. Thank you from the bottom of my heart. Thank you you from all of us in this room. I really appreciate you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Councilmember Vice Mayor Pro Tem Davis.
Thank you, Mayor Pro Tem. Good to see you, ma'am. First time I met you with Mr. Lenore at my birthday party. We had a great conversation about women in tech, and thank you for inviting me and talking about the conference that was coming to Houston. I can tell right now you were very, very, very much passionate about the subject matter, so we appreciate you for serving and being out in the community and in the city of Houston, so thank you.
Thank you. Councilmember Christie.
Ms. Farrell, congratulations. Just glad you got out of DC before you floated in there. This is a city on the move, and STEM is the future, not just for females, not just for minorities, but for everybody. We don't compete worldwide. We've got to have our STEM programs down. You went to San Jacinto, in the corner word at the plus that you went there, because those nuns taught us discipline that public schools didn't teach. So they straightened us out before we got out of that. So that's a good deal. And San Jack, that's where I did a lot of my pre-med hours, and it's a great school system. But help at HCC, that's a tremendous college system to be helping there. But women's health, it is going to be, again, on the presidential election, it'll be the #1 issue, is health care. And it was in the last election, and it will be in this. And to help female, male, anybody take care of themselves. Otherwise, Medicare for all will bankrupt this country. So you're on the right track with everything that you do, so keep it up. I'm real proud of you. I wish I had not Michelle Day, but I wish I had a day. So congratulations.
Thank you so much. Thank you. Well, changing your name to Michelle. Councilmember Boykins.
Thank you, Mayor Pro Tem. Michelle, we're gonna let him carry your certificate home for one day, so you won't be so disappointed. Well said, Jack. Let me say thank you so much to your parents. Thank you for raising a wonderful daughter. And I know you guys are proud of her, and we're just excited. One thing, Michelle, my good friend, Adrian Garcia and I always talk about this, and I've been saying it for years, and Lenore knows this. We're no better than you around here. We're all public servants. But I'm going to be the first one to advocate for you to consider running for city council one day in an at-large position. And the reason I say that, because your tent is that big for our city. The city needs you. And I ask you to just consider it, pray on it. I think you would do us good. We haven't had a Hispanic citywide since Gracie and Orlando Sanchez. And I think you can fill those shoes. You would have my vote. Because I think the city is ready, and we should have been and done that. But people like you, who bringing in an education component that's very important to the development of our city, shouldn't be just in one part of the city. So keep that in mind. Again, you have my vote. I give my wife to vote for you, so we have 3 votes, okay? Good luck to you. Congratulations.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Councilmember Edwards.
Thank you. And Michelle, I want to also just thank you for your tireless effort.
Councilmember Langston and his family. We also want to keep firefighter Kenneth Stelinaw and his family also in our prayers. I'm going to pray today. I'm going to provide the prayer to be a servant's prayer. Let's bow, please. Title of the servant's prayer. Give me a servant's heart, O Lord, a soul that longs for you, a spirit that daily seeks your will, and strengthened to follow through. Give me ears to listen to the cries that go unheard, a mouth that speaks in kindness and proclaims your perfect word. Give me the eyes to see the things that grieve only your Son, and hands that reach out for the lost till your work is done. Give me the legs that carry me swiftly through the race, and when I'm finished, let me leave footprints marked this grace. Let's stand for the pledge. Please rise for the pledge.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Councilor Cohen? Here. Councilor Boykins?
Here.
And you were real sharp in the early comment, your response. Bishop. Mayor and council, I'm here today to encourage you in the path that you've taken with providing services for Imelda victims. I also want to remind you, Mayor, and the council, that in neighborhoods across Houston, there are about 27 zip codes that's labeled vulnerable. After Hurricane Harvey, a vulnerable, populated, and labeled neighborhood on February 22nd, we organized and provided services for approximately 120 people, and that's the services amounted to close to $10,000 on that day. Because a neighborhood is labeled marginal, vulnerable, or with unmet needs, there are resources, volunteers, and services that are within those neighborhoods. So as you configure these initiatives, just remember that in the neighborhoods, there are assets. And if you pull on those assets, it'll help the recovery process. Lastly, Councilmember Martha Taylor. This is my first time meeting you in this way. I want to thank you for your assistance and participation in our first Southwest breakfast. September is Preparedness Month, and we have provided tabletop exercises for 17 years, and this is the first one we're doing in Southwest. And we're honoring former council member Larry Green on the 26th. So I want to thank you for your support and your participation.
Your time has expired.
Okay.
One second. And Councilman Boyd, the county has moved forward.
They have.
Yes, they have.
Thank you.
First, Councilman Boyd.
Thank you. Charles, thank you so much. I just want to go back to when you were talking about what's the zone called again?
Vulnerable populations.
If I like what you're talking about, and if there are agencies within that zone that will go after some, or seeking to go after some of these resources, what I've learned is that they have to apply for the grant. So they need to be prepared to accept the grant. You get what I'm saying? And what typically happens, if they're not prepared, they would then apply as a sub to another grant that is prepared. So make certain that even though you have the zone, that and they may be, I'm just preparing you for it, that they have a requirement to apply for the grant when it comes from Washington, because it's real, they make it complicated to get the money to be able to service those people. So it sounds to me what you guys have done is said, even though we don't have money, we move forward and spend $10,000 of soft money to service these people.
Not quite, we didn't do that. But if Councilmember Kubash will remember, we put together 22 different agencies that was on the mayor's list that provided services for Harvey. We reached out to them, they came, and with about 9 civic clubs on the north side, that was the partnership. And we sent the word out, we had over 200 people attend, and 122 people got actual services. And those services with the voucher cards from Lowe's and Target, all of that combined with the food and everything was about $10,000 worth.
Oh, okay.
So the services and the resources, assets that I'm speaking of is the human aspect of it, along with the churches and the civic clubs that come together to help neighbors in the
But I can tell you this,
neighborhood.
Charles, and I'm grateful that you know that. I really am. But I can tell you this, based on the zip codes you just named in the areas, $10,000 is not even a day worth of services. So
That's just like what the council member, that's just like the man throwing the shell, the starfish back in the sea. It mattered to the 122 that provided that got that service that day.
Council, this is your personal invitation to the Saturday. And this is information on the Mayor's Office of People with Disabilities, Disability Advocate and Community Advocate of the Year. With over 600,000 people that are deaf, blind, emotionally, mentally, and physically disabled, like this publisher, the Mayor's Office of People with Disability has helped used to become the most inclusive city in the nation. The mission of the Mayor's Office for People with Disability is to serve as a primary advocate for the rights and needs of citizens that are disabled. As a liaison to the mayor, to the city council, to the city departments, to the private and public entities, the vision of the city is to understand everyone the importance of equal participation, of full inclusion of its citizens. This Saturday, 10:30 to 1, because I'm here for lunch, I invited you to come participate at the Multicultural Service Center. Remember, that's where we vote. 1475 West Gray Street. October kicks off the Disability Awareness Month, and next month it's also the National Disability Employment Awareness Month. So, as we say in Chinatown, Councilman Lee, as we say in Third Ward, Councilman Boykins, I'll look forward, man, and seeing you on the trail.
Thank you, Mr. Elizabeth. It's good to see you always.
Publisher. Not just say publisher. There's only 265 black publishers, and I published 3 days.
That is correct. And
Thank you.
and thank you for what you continue to do. Appreciate it. Very much appreciate you. Okay. It's happy. Thank you. Good afternoon, Beth.
Good afternoon, and I just have to say it's incredible to live in such an inclusive city while I am hopefully temporarily disabled. It was even easy to get here today, so thank you. My name is Becky Edmondson, and I normally come down here to talk about my neighborhood, but I'm here for a personal reason. But before I do, as I sat here, I realized a lot of you are term limited and won't be coming back, and so I want to take this opportunity to thank you, Councilman Christie, for all the work you did in our neighborhood. Keep Houston beautiful days and work with Larry, and I'm going to miss you, and I'm going to miss Mike, and Mayor Pro Tem Cohen, you have just been everywhere for so long that I hope we at least see you around the neighborhood, and thank you for your service. Councilman Davis, I only knew you through Larry. We both love the same man, so I think that's our connection. Councilwoman Starbuck's not here, but I'll miss her. Councilman Lee, we never did anything together. Councilwoman Edwards, I'm gonna miss you. You know, the at-large are so important to neighborhoods, and if I look around, I really appreciate all of you. And all of you that will be here, so. Anyway, thank you for your public service. But I'm here today because if I have to come back, I think the burglar alarm administration for non-commercial properties needs to be reviewed. As of February 1st, this council had changed the residential rules to include burglary and the panic alarm into one permit. On the non-residential permits, there were 2. I'm a commercial business owner. I have had a commercial and a personal permit for 40 years. I thought there was one permit. I don't have a panic button. I don't have a hold-up alarm. But somehow my system, when we were putting the new code in, sent 2 silent alarms to the city, and I had a $1,000 fine for not having the correct permit. It's my contention I had the correct permit, but that's not a defense under the way the city ordinance is written. So I had my hearing this morning at 9, and you'll be glad to know the city now has $986 more of my money. So I think it needs to be reviewed. And It appears that every,
Explain it to me one more time. Say it to me.
if you have a burglar alarm,
Right.
there's also a panic hold-up alarm, which I thought you had to have a button to have that.
Right.
But systems must have, my system, unbeknownst to me, you push 2580, we were setting up a new code, that sent a silent alarm. And then you have to have a separate permit as a commercial entity for your panic alarm. I have a burglar alarm, but I don't have a panic permit.
Okay.
And so they fined me $500. It sent 2 silent alarms within about an hour of each other. And
One second. It looks like they're checking out. Over what period of time?
an hour. So it went in and sent a second one before the first police officer came. So it wasn't so much as a false alarm as it was a penalty for not having the correct permit. And I'll copy everything I have here. The burglar alarm administration has a lot of issues within their system, but they didn't care about that either this morning. So I'd like to present that to council, and hopefully somebody will like to take up that cause.
Let me take one.
Because the residential one was packaged together as of February 1st. So I think that's probably a good idea for commercial business who just collect more money in the beginning, and then nobody is surprised.
Okay, so on the residential side, we combined it, but we haven't combined it on the commercial side.
Right.
Okay. All right, let me take a look.
All right, thank you so much.
One second. Councilman Knox.
Thank you, Mayor. An error, it was a mechanical error or a programming error that caused the 2 alarms to happen so close together,
Yes,
and that you were unaware that you had a panic alarm.
exactly.
And so this might be an example of where the letter of the law does not match the spirit of the law.
Exactly, because the ordinance reads that basically ignorance of the law is no defense.
Well, that's a common theme in law, as you know, but I think the mayor's going to be able to help you with that. I hope so, because when we did that, that was something that we didn't consider, is that existing commercial properties have 2 permits and are going to continue to have 2 permits. When we were discussing that ordinance, I believe we were just focused on the residential ones and trying to do something for them. So thank you for bringing this to our attention. I'll be checking in with them, make sure that.
And there are some residential people that have a gap. My residential permit was effective 2/20, but it was billed to me on January 20th. And so I'm in non-compliance with the residential law.
Okay, well,
Because they didn't even bill me the correct.
I don't want to get you in any more trouble, so we can just stop right there, probably talking about that. But anyway, so that's an interesting thing. You know, sometimes it takes a little while for us to find these unintended situations and then rectify them. So hopefully we'll be able to do that for you.
Right, thank
pretty
you.
soon.
And David Robinson, you can see those birds at the Willow Waterfall. I think we're at 300 species. You don't have to go all the way to High Island to find your birds.
Hold on, Councilman Castro, take it.
Thank you, Mayor. Thank you, Becky, for coming down and expressing this. I know we kind of chit-chatted about it, and I asked you to keep our office apprised of what happened. So we did get a memo, and I'm curious to know what your thoughts are. In the memo, it says that general feedback that ARA has received is that Houston Gulf Coast Alarm Association is that commercial alarm holders wish to keep the permits separate in order to keep the cost down. Is that your contention as a commercial alarm holder? It says that they want to keep them separate in order to keep the cost down for small businesses and businesses which operate 24 hours and have panic-only systems.
You know, it's $100 more to get the other permit. No, I mean, I still don't even think I needed it because I don't even know how to send a panic alarm. So I think most people, you don't get a one-time warning when it happens. So it's not as if I'd rather pay $100 than get a $500 surprise.